Guys, they said gospel allegedly fell on the floor in tears. They said she begged Kabiesi in all the ways that she knows how to beg, but unfortunately, Kabiesi have made up his mind. Remember that yesterday, which is 13th, was the stipulated date. They said Kabiesi allegedly fixed for this immunity remover that have been trending all this while. So they said uh, Gospel's family members were present because the Kabiesi invited them to come and witness the process. And I believe that the reason he invited them is such that after this immunity remover, if they cause anything for themselves, the family will not say they did not know. He wanted them to be present so that after the immunity remover, if there's any way they will cancel their word, which is a gospel, in order to avoid or run away from gang up, evil plans, and all of that against any member of the palace, that they will speak to her in a language that she will understand. Maybe they will use their inner Ijebu language to talk to her, and things like this is something that the parents ought to witness too, because it's not a small thing for a husband to remove immunity, especially a royal king, to remove immunity from his wife, you know. So they said when they all gathered, everyone was waiting. Everywhere was there was so the place was so quiet like a graveyard, because this is something that is done is something that have not happened in centuries, but due to the kind of women that Kabiesi gathered for himself, a lot of things that have not happened in decades or in centuries are happening right now in the palace, because this immunity remover, they said some elders cannot remember the last time they heard about it, not to talk of witnessing it. But today, due to greediness, due to these people's fight to erase everything about Queen Naomi and Tadenikawo from Kabiesi's heart, they are witnessing a thing like this again. So the second Kabiesi started by letting everyone who cares to know that there is nothing he did not do. He have called a gospel and the other wives severally. He have called them, he have used low tone to advise them. He have begged them. He have warned them. As in, there is nothing a husband, or there is no style that he knows of that he have not used to let these people know the implication of what they are doing. But because they don't care, all that matters to them is just themselves, having it all, not caring about Kabiesi or his son or others. The Kabiesi said, I warned you guys. I begged you. I pleaded with you. I advised you. There is nothing he did not do to stop them from the line, as in the route they decided to tread when they enter his palace. Letting them know that a time will come when he will no longer beg them. And I think that time is now, when he will no longer see their tears. Because if it is possible for Kabiesi, during that time he was warning them, he would have shed tears too, but he's a king, he cannot shed tears. But they said the man tried. People called him a weak king, all because of these women. People called him all manner of names, all because of the attitude that these women are displaying. As a matter of fact, they said even his elders, they said he is very weak, especially when it has to do with women. But he was only doing that due to the circumstances he married them. Remember that from the look of things, Kabiesi is not a polygamist, or was not a polygamist, But he gathered all of them, whether to spite Queen Naomi or to fulfill what they said he must fulfill on the throne, And with everything they were doing, he was condoling all of that. But it got to a point that he said, no, enough is enough. Because if he continues like that, they will take him for granted, of which they have started taking him for granted already. So they say why Kabiyesi was trying to address the people, letting them know that he is not happy that he is removing immunity from gospel, but he has to do it for safety of others. You know, they said gospel was bending down. She was on her knees. At some point, they said she raised her head and looked directly into Kabiyesi's eyes and told Kabiyesi, "Don't do this to me. Kabiyesi, I know I have wronged you." Kabiyesi, they said she was trying to persuade Kabiyesi not to continue with this, even to the point of telling Kabiyesi, "You have the right to continue and you also have the right to stop. But please have mercy on me." They said at that point, the kind of hot tears that was rolling down her cheek, it's something that a lot of people felt pity for her. But they said Kabiyesi have blocked his heart. So Kabiyesi did not see those tears. The only thing they said Kabiyesi told her at that point was that this is not the end of our marriage. It is not a divorce. It's just a way of removing my coverage from you. And removing my coverage from you does not mean that you cannot live in the palace safely. You can. But what it simply means is that whatever you commit right now, you will face it squarely. Yes. Because you don't value what you have. When you have my coverage, you do not value it. Instead, you are misusing the opportunity. I am not leaving you in the sense that I'm no longer marrying you. You are still my wife. The only thing is that when you commit anything, you pay for it. So, in order to stay safe, the Kabiyesi told her parents, as in her family members that attended, that they should tell her removing immunity is not the end of the marriage. It's just a way of trying to see if she will be a better person, if she will avoid certain evil, if she will know that this thing that she's doing, if she do it, she will collect woto from whoever, be it the gods or human. Because right now, because of the removal of this immunity, they said if she slaps someone outside, that person can slap her back because that person is not looking at anything again. So, while she was crying and begging Kabiyesi, the Kabiyesi instructed the priestess to continue with the immunity remover. While she was on the floor crying, the immunity remover was going on. And at the end of the day, they finished everything before her very eyes, and her people, they said she couldn't believe it. She was shocked. As a matter of fact, at a point, her tears ceased, that she can no longer cry. She was just moping. You see, some people, when you are telling them, avoid evil, they will see it that you are jealous of them. Eh? Even when we all know that evil no dey pay, e no dey pay, it cannot pay you. You know, maybe you'll be doing it thinking that nothing will happen, especially when you are doing it to someone you know that she knows what to do to you, but she was just keeping quiet, not because he doesn't know what to do. He was keeping quiet because he married you. He was keeping quiet because he cares for you. He was keeping quiet because he thought you are going to be a better person. And you continued. After everything, they'll say, "Oh, I know Kabiyesi. Once you come and cry and beg, he will forgive you." There's a limit to what a man or anybody can take in life. When you put someone to the wall, what do you expect that person to do? There is no other thing he can do. He will fight back. And I believe that this is a way of Kabiyesi fighting back in order to make his reign a better one. He cannot allow these women to make his reign a mockery or something that will be in history, because from the look of things, a lot of things have been going on. That is if everything we are hearing is the truth, okay? So right now they said immunity have been removed from gospel. Is remaining disorder too, allegedly. Don't forget, I do not live in the palace. These are all alleged information making rounds on social media which are unverified. Okay? Before you take them as fact, make sure you verify them. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, follow my page, and share this video. I love you guys. Bye. See you.